Let's get more now on the news that the Islamic State militants in Syria have destroyed another part of the ancient city of Palmyra. They've blown up a Roman arch which was almost 2,000 years old. And joining us from Warwick is Professor Kevin Butcher from the Classics and Ancient History Department at the University of Warwick. So thank you very much indeed for being with us. What do you make of this latest act of destruction by a so-called Islamic State, 2,000 years old, and another piece of civilization that is really gone forever?
Well, in some senses it doesn't surprise me, but the thing that perhaps is different in this case is that previously the other buildings were religious structures, but this doesn't really have any religious connotations at all. So I think it shows that they really are intending to systematically raise the site.
And just talk to us about the significance of this arch. Well, first of all, perhaps the significance of Palmyra generally, but this arch in particular.
Well, the arch it was probably originally erected to commemorate Palmyrene victories. It was constructed at a time when Palmyra was militarily very powerful. It was also quite a clever building, though, as well. It was designed to cover up a slight design fault in the great colonnaded street. It's an integral part of this colonnaded street, and it actually disguises a kink in the street when it should have been straight. So architecturally it's a very interesting building. It's also historically a very important building. And of course Palmyra was a kind of great melting pot of cultures, very different from the vision that ISIS is promoting.
Just a melting pot of cultures, how and why? Just explain that a little bit more.
Basically, Palmyra stood between the Roman Empire and the Parthian and Persian empires, and it drew on cultural influences from both Mesopotamia and Persia and further east, and also from the Roman worlds. So it was really quite a unique place. The Palmyreans also, they were merchants. They made their money from the Silk Route and transporting luxury goods from India and further afield into the Roman Empire. So, unlike most places in the ancient world, the Palmyreans are also very proud of their wide overseas connections and the fact that they were merchants and they did indulge in trade. So it was a very unique kind of place.
So now they've destroyed two temples, this arch. Is there much left that they still have not yet destroyed?
Well, there's the Great Colonnade. They've also destroyed some of the tower tombs, but there are other ones still standing. There's the theatre. There are various palatial complexes and other street monuments. There's still quite a lot to be destroyed, but certainly they have targeted some of the most iconic monuments.
Well, thank you so much for explaining all of that and talking to us about Palmyra and the devastating destruction there, as we were hearing, of the arch. Professor Kevin Butcher from the University of Warwick.